Well, we've changed rooms. We've been sent upstairs, and one of the rooms has now become our little YouTube studio and unboxing and review area. So that's kind of cool. And we've got something new today, which is excellent. Also, if you guys have some thoughts about what I can possibly do in this small little room, it's not very big, let me know. But for now, let's get to this. All right, so what is this? First off, Amazon bag, which is always cool. All right. It is another little wireless mic from our friends over at, I believe it's Fifine. And if I'm saying that wrong, I apologize. I'm doing my best. We're gonna go open this to see what's in it, and we're gonna do some testing. Okay, so a couple parts. Okay, so here's our box, and just so you can see, not that it's a big deal, but down here in the corner, a little bit of a bang. So just so you guys know, this is the wireless microphone, and the model number is a K031B. I'm gonna do this. Hopefully you can see that, maybe right there. Okay, so that's where it's got it right there. And foam. There's some foam in the box. There is this company website, social information, cool. There is the tiny little user manual, the USB. So this is a USB transmitter, sorry. This is the USB receiver, which will plug in either to, as far as I know, your computer and your mobile device if you have, with an iPhone for instance, your camera connection kit, which I think I have one, so I'm gonna go grab that. You get a lavalier mic. Lavalier mic. Right there. You get this is what you're getting. That's what's in the box. Right there. Put that in there so it's pretty. Real question is, how does it do? Is it any good? Let's try it out. Okay, so first thing to be aware of is when you take this out, which is cool, no batteries. So when you open it up, it's empty. So luckily for me, I've got two AA batteries. You need those. We will try out both of these mics. So first off, we have the standard lapel or a lavalier mic. It's fancy, I know. Plug that in here, and as far as I know, we're just gonna turn that on. But before we do, we're gonna take this USB adapter and we're gonna plug it into the side of my Mac. Little flashy light shows up on there, which is excellent, which is always good. Take this and nice and simply plug it onto my shirt. And see my audio settings just coming into my sound on my Mac. And I have for input a USB plug and play audio device. So I'm gonna choose that. Test, test, test. Seems to be working. Okay, so first off, we're gonna do a record. We're just gonna go in and do a quick little recording in, say, we'll do it in Final Cut. And I'm gonna plug it back to the internal microphone just so we can hear the difference. Bring up Final Cut here. It's gonna use the internal camera. And let's just check to see how well this camera on the Mac with its speaker is picking up audio. So it shouldn't be anything overly crazy, but this is what it is. So this is the computer audio, and it's about handheld distance away. All right, so let's see if the lav mic's gonna be any better. My hope is that this is now picking up from the lavalier or the lapel mic that's sitting right here. And we'll see if it sounds any better at all. My hope is that it is, because if so, this would be a great way for those of us that are using our computers to record, to pick up some really nice audio that's close. So let's see how this sounds. All right, so you guys have had the chance now to hear the computer microphone pick up, the lav mic pick up with the new receiver, or transmitter, sorry. Now, this is the good part, right? Because this is where you get to tell what kind of sound, and honestly, you get to look pretty awesome doing this, right? Check that out. Now, the only thing I noticed, and I'll be the first one to say this, I have a fairly good-sized head. I do. Now, I find this is fairly big because there's no adjustments. It's not horrible, but it's definitely large. So just be aware of that when you got this on. Okay, because it's fairly big. Alright, so we're going to plug this back in. Once again, we're now going to come to the computer and do another import with this audio. And I'm going to get my mic not touching my mouth, but close. And check me out wearing the new headphone, right? So, does this sound better or worse than the other two? Was the computer mic better? Was the lapel mic better? Or is this mic right here better? You know, because that's kind of important. Which one is? I'm going to guess I think this one should be the best one, as long as you don't mind wearing this on your head. Let's see. Okay, now, this is final test in the room, and then we're going to go outside to do some testing. I have my iPhone and the Apple camera connection kit, which is just going to slide in here. In a second it is. And we're going to take that USB dongle and we're going to plug it into this to see if this allows me to get better audio from myself when I'm doing this. Now, I'm going to do it here in the room, and then I'm going to go outside, put this camera on a tripod, and see how far I can go. Alright, let's do that. Okay, so number one, this is just me holding the camera at arm's length, shooting forward. You know, here's my cameras here, you can see the light, and I'm just talking. This is just the standard iPhone with the front-facing camera. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to stop this, and we're going to go to the rear-facing camera. Front, rear, whichever. The one facing me, hold on. Okay, so now I'm holding the camera facing myself, and see how good that microphone sounds there. I'm guessing it shouldn't sound too bad that it knows that it's facing this way, but we're going to switch and hook in the new microphone and see. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to start with the... Well, actually, I'm only going to do this mic because it's easier for me to hold this and just test it. And you kind of understand by seeing the previous videos which of these microphones I think sounds better. Now, the one thing I did notice is that on this mic, if you have it really up here and if you're a big pop, you know, you will hear that kind of stuff. So just bring the mic maybe down a little bit just to figure out where it's best for you. So that's the camera, of course, facing toward me. I'm going to stop this and face forward. And now we're facing forward again just to see how well that mic is picking up. It should pick up identically to when it's facing toward me because it's the same microphone. Can this be useful? Yeah, my guess is for sure. All right, let's actually now go outside and test it to see how well it sounds. Okay, so it's actually fairly windy out here, and we're just going to go for a quick walk to see how well this works. We're just going to walk down the street and walk back. So we'll see how well this goes. All right, here I go. So you should be able to keep hearing me as I walk down the street a little bit. I'm not going to go too far. Just going to test to see how well the microphone is, because again, this is normally a mic that you probably would be either plugging into your phone, which probably isn't going to be too far, or plugged into a computer, which again won't be too far. But I have gone, well, about halfway down the block, which is good. I'm going to turn around and start coming back now. So I'm going to keep talking. And I actually went further than I thought I was going to go, which is alright. I'm not talking very loud because, well, there's somebody, you'll see a person and their dog come by right away. Coming by. But really windy, so I'm really interested to see what the wind noise is. Hi. See, little dog. Alright, so we did a good walk, and I'm talking about just normal volume, actually probably quieter than I normally would, to see how well this is picking up. And it is a little windy. You can't really see it too much, but I'm surprised, or I'm curious to see what the noise is going to be like. So I'm going to go in and take a listen, and we will go in there right now. Alright, so there you go. There is the Fifine technology, K031B. I am pleasantly surprised. The only thing I wish, and it's not a big thing, but it is something, is I wish they would have included the 2 AA batteries in the package. Luckily for me, I had them. It's always kind of a sucker punch when you open something and you're all excited to use it and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no batteries for this. And luckily I had batteries because I had to set all this kind of studio stuff up for you guys. That's what I had to do. And that would have sucked a whole bunch of you know, if I would have been like, well, now I have no batteries to try this. That's the only thing. Make sure you go get batteries for it. Other than that, I think it's great. This, actually awesome to be able to be hands-free. If you're using it for doing like a FaceTime call, or you want to be able to just walk around with your iPhone, especially if you're someone like me who uses the iPhone to shoot forward and you're behind. So when you're talking, you know, the iPhone's firing its front camera, so it fires the front microphone, but you're talking at the back, so it doesn't hear you. That's excellent, because that's gonna just help huge. For the price, I think this is really good. If you're a person that uses, like I said, your computer to record audio, this is a no-brainer. You get 2 options of different microphones, so if you want to kind of get that DJ feel going on where you have this, awesome. If you want to be a little more sublime, a little more, you know, controlled, not quite out there, a little less obvious, then you have your lav mic. Works good. You know, just make sure, like all lav mics, get it in that position it needs to be, right? I had it maybe a little over to the side more than I should have, but it worked, right? It works good. Way better than the audio coming for the Mac. I'm gonna put a link down here if you guys are interested in it. I think it's a win overall, especially for the price. Bring up your audio game. That's important. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you there. So what did you think of the background? Is it okay? It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I'm gonna get some lighting. I got some lighting coming from Amazon at some point. I'm gonna kind of go between this and downstairs still while I'm kind of getting this ready for how I want it, which who knows when that'll be finished, but it'll happen. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will talk to you again. Have a good one, my friends.